Oh, okay. So, hello. Nice seeing you here so early. I really appreciate you to be here. And let's go to talk about a bit about Latin America, game market, and game industry. What can you get from there? So, uh, let's talk about Latin America, which is that kind of like typical, stereotypical thing that you think about it. Of course, Messi and parrots and Mayan temples, whatever. So the thing is, who am I? I'm the speaker, as you can see right now. I'm speaking, which is pretty self-explanatory. I'm the CEO of Epic Llama Games, which is a studio in Argentina. I'm board member of ADVAT, which is the Argentinian video game developer organization. As you saw, I'm a really, really lousy magician. And if you were in the party, probably made some magic tricks for you. Or a balloon animal. If you want a balloon animal after the presentation, I can do one for you. So, not really. Or maybe, I don't know. So the thing is, let's talk about what Latin America has to offer for you. There is the game market, like you sell games there, and there is also the developer market where you can like hire resources or establish your studio there. So let's start talking about what Latin America has to offer as a market. It's, as you can see here, it's a tiny market. If you compare with the rest of the world, just 4% of the whole chart is $8.9 billion. It's a lot of money if you have all that money, but if you see as a market, it's a small market. But the thing is, it's starting to increase, and it's increasing year by year in a really good rate. And this is happening because there are increasing smartphones being acquired by people. There are more internet. There are a lot of areas there in Latin America that they don't actually have a connection to internet, so you cannot sell games there. And also, people in Latin America don't usually use credit card. They don't have it, and if they do, they don't want to put it on cell phones, on the internet. They are like really conservatives about money. They use hard currency usually. How also, something to consider is you can see, when you see Latin America, you see that the big mass of land, but in the end, it's just 9% of the world population. It's not that big if you think about the people that you think that might be there. It's a desert mostly. I mean, with jungles and stuff, I'm finding stuff, but a desert about people, right? They are not big spenders. People there don't spend that much, and they don't have a bigger income, so they don't spend much money on games. Also, there is a culture of piracy where you can buy all the games just on the street for 5 pesos, 5 pesos, which is about, I don't know, not even half a dollar. So people are, it's not punished by law. It's super common. If you can have your way having a game, it's okay there. So the good side of that is that there is not a much contested market. It's really good for soft launch. If you want to soft launch your game and you don't want to risk losing like some country that you want to profit from, then Latin America is your way to go. It has money in it. It doesn't have that much. I mean, I remember when Pokemon Go was like the new big thing. I remember I checked in China, they were like doing $3 million per day. And then I checked in Brazil, which was the biggest country to get profit from Argentina. And they were doing 8K a day. So, go figure. So, but then again, it's good for free to play. And localization also play like a major role for games, because then again, people are not English speakers. As you can see right now, my pronunciation is really, really lousy. But there is a secret level in Latin America, which is actually the States. The second language that is in the state is Spanish from Latin America. They have 41 million people there that speak as their main language, Spanish, Latin American Spanish, and that's like almost the same population of Argentina. So it's a lot of people, right? Also, consider there is a rich, diverse culture. If you are trying to do a game that is about Latin America, I think that there's all these different countries. It's not just a big culture of Latin Americans that you can appeal to all of them if you make a game with maracas and sombreros. There are a lot of, there are a lot of maracas and sombreros, but there are different approaches to them. You have a different culture in Brazil than in Argentina than in Chile than in Bolivia. And it changed by country. However, Latin America is heavily influenced by United States and Europe, so you are going to find people that love almost the same thing that you like, because we watch the same movies and on all the same pop culture. And that's all I have to say about the market. However, and now for something completely different, you can do business in Latin America not by appealing to the game market that you could, we talk about it, but also you can go there and do business with the developers on Latin America, which is something that is rather nice and affordable and kind of easy to do, because first it's highly profitable, because the cost of living there it's much more lower than here, Europe or the States. Believe me, every time that I go down to buy a hamburger, I say, "Oh my God, what's this price? I can buy like a full cow in Argentina for the price of this burger." But yeah, there are really differences on the currency exchange, on the cost of living. Also, Latin America has places with really good competitive educational system. There are a lot of free universities, so you have engineers doing junior work sometimes, because they are just graduated from engineer, and they are like really skilled people, but they are like really easy to find, and you can find a lot of people with higher degrees. And also something that is interesting that is increasing every year is like the public sector is investing on video game industry, because they realize that it's really highly profitable, as I guess you all know. I mean, if you are that early, you really like the money, as you said. And so the public sector realize that they can like bring money to country if they invest on video game industry, so you can also profit from that. When I was talking about, well, this is like studios can charge less for the same work. Studios can take more chances. If you have a studio that is in Latin America, sometimes what other people would consider a failure because it makes little money, and you say, "Oh, okay, you didn't cover the cost of development." But well, not really, because since the costs of making games there are much cheaper, with a small profit, you already paid all the cost of development. So some failures that here will be okay. We'll lose all the money. Will be a win there. I think I already talked about that. You can like have highly trained people for hire, and also you can train personnel there. There are a lot of careers specific for game developer that are starting to bloom, and people start to realize that the game industry is working there. So basically, there you go. And about the public sector, there is a seed capital. They are like paying you money to make a company there, or they pay the development of the game that you are doing. There are tax exceptions that you can apply in different places. Yeah, they are like really old memes that I'm using. And they help studios to attend to trade missions. They subsidize to get employees. They also subsidize certain services. Well, you can buy hardware and also help you with new projects. So some examples of these kind of funds that you can find is in Argentina, you can apply to the FondSoft. There is the Ley Audiovisual de Córdoba. There is also Pro Chile, Fondo de Cultura de Chile, Pro Mexico, Pro Soft in Mexico too, Ley Runat in Brazil. These all are different government laws that try to help game developers to establish and grow. But you will realize if everything is so cool and dandy and fine and everything, why there are not more studios? Or yeah, I know they are really old. The memes there. So the thing is, why are no more Latin American studios barfing cards and doing magic tricks or whatever? The thing is, Latin America, if you realize, is far, far away. I'm not telling that you think that is, but like around the corner. But I remember I was in a conference and I say, oh yeah, I'm from Argentina. And they asked me, okay, in which train do you arrive? And I said, it doesn't work that way, but it is far, far away. Not that bad about time zones with here. It's just 5-hour difference in time zone. So you can like work out with the studio there. There's not much an entrepreneurship culture. I cannot even pronounce it. You realize a culture there. They don't have much like a business vision in general, and there are also the language barriers. As I told you before, not everyone speaks English as terrible as I do, but they even worse. So there is that language barrier there. However, there are high quality productions that are being made in Argentina, like Master of Orion was made at. There are Trivia Crack, which is doing like really great. Oven of Sorrow, which also did really, really great. You can find these games, or Quantum League, which has a really, really good quality on it. You can find studios that are making quality stuff there. So how do I connect LATAM developers? What's the trick? Well, it's much easier now because there is the Latin American Video Game Federation, where you have all this. Okay, 10 minutes left. Don't worry, it's going to be quick. So there is this Latin Video Game Federation, where you have all these other associations that are inside there. So if you contact the federation, and then they can like give you all the other organizations that are inside, like Asociación de Bolivia, Argentina. Well, there's all this list of countries. If you see this is Latin America, that's what the LATAM Video Game Federation covers as countries. So it's must cover in red. So as you can see, the bigger players are already covered, and you also have a lot of countries that are joining into the federation, and that you can contact with just an email to the Latin America Video Game Federation. That I should put there the website, but just Google LATAM Video Game Federation, and it's going to pop up, and you're going to be able to target the bigger two main events that you can go to if you want to be there and have a good time and say, I visit Latin America and to make business, is EVA, which is turning 20 years this year, which is in September, which is the Argentina Video Game Expo, right? And you have a big festival in Brazil, which is also really big, lovely. And if you like Brazil, you're going to love it. There are a lot of developers in both of those, and they attract the developers of the around countries. So in one trip, you can meet a lot of people from all the region. So in conclusion, the Latin American market is growing, but don't expect magic. See, if you want to make a game for Latin America, translate them to Spanish and Portuguese. They are the two main languages, but as you can see, the bigger market there is still Brazil, so do some Portuguese there. Latin American countries are great for soft launch, and it's a good place to invest, establish a studio, or branch a company there, and then or also outsource project from. So that's what I have to say about Latin America. Also, they're starting to find different ways, as I told you before, like they are starting the market is starting to grow through better connections on the internet, or the people is getting more mobile. There is starting to be a movement about making some like kind of console to appeal to that market, but we can talk more about that later, which is something new and secret. And so that's it. If you want to if you have a question or whatever, please let me know. Otherwise, we talk outside with a cup of coffee. And how many time? 2 minutes. Okay. So I love you all. Have a great day. See you later. And if you have a question, please do. Okay. You are great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. If anyone has a question?
Any questions, yes?
There you go.
May you look by the cards again?
Oh, let me check if I can. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't bring that many cards with me. You know, I mean, I drink a lot. I'm not sure if I can, if that's healthy for me to being around like barfing cards. Okay, yeah, that's weird. Thank you. Okay. It's stupid, but it's fun. So, yeah.
Thanks for your presentation. I have one short question. You talk a lot about game studios, and maybe you could characterize in short the LATAM gamer profile. What is the characteristic of gamers in your country, or in that? What games are the most popular, and what games are most likely to achieve a success in LATAM?
I mean, there is not like. Oh, sorry. Thank you. So your question is, what is if the gamer have a like specific profile which is different from, well, what you're going to find in mobile, they prefer, well, but that's like in all places. They prefer free to play. The difference is like they usually don't pay for stuff. They just watch ads and that's it, because they don't have much credit cards. But on the profile, and that's the good thing, that's why I talk about it's great for soft launch. Besides not spending much money, they are going to have kind of like the same tastes like every other place. Like if Pokemon Go is popular, I mean, it was making less money in Brazil, not because Pokemon wasn't popular. It was just because they are not good spenders, and so almost everything there is just, you get less income from there. But that's it. Thanks a lot for your question. Okay.
Anyone?
Anyone else? Okay, well, let's have some coffee and wake up a bit. See you later, man.
Thank you, Hernan.